Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Okay, so technical problems aside, we should be good. We hope we fixed up everything. We've pulled out a little bit of our hair. We've prayed to God. We've done whatever we needed to do, and we hope the technical gods are smiling upon us now. First round is done and dusted, of course. We are here for the Battle for Sydney, round number 3. My name is Neba, and of course, sitting right next to me is the one, the only Mr. Vector. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Great to come back for our Battle for Sydney again.
Yeah.
Time here.
Yeah, we're back. We're back in it. We've got wind socks on our mic, so the hard P's should no longer be an issue. We've upgraded a little bit. I like to think we're back in the same spot, but I think we're doing all right. We'll get the boys in for some interviews later on, but at the moment we're just trying to get the game underway. So first off, now we are going to need to give a big shout out, of course, to our sponsors. So first of all, thank you to Gigabyte, Pacific ES, and Logitech for providing the MVP prizes for the day. There'll be 4 of them. There'll be the MVP of the group stages, which we will decide, and also the MVP of the semis and the grand finals. They will be taking home with them a Logitech G402 Hyperion Fury gaming mouse. So pretty nice swag there. So thank you to them. Of course, we are located today down at the Legends Net Cafe on George Street in Sydney. So if you guys are around, come down, say hi. The action's all going on. Some really good. We actually have some really top-level players here, Vector, so that's going to be very interesting to watch them play. And, of course, finally, we couldn't be here without Defrag TV. Big thanks to Mav, Cam for putting the day on for all the setup, and all the guys who helped set up yesterday. Without them, we wouldn't be here, and we wouldn't have the action coming to you. So, big thank you to all the sponsors. So, leading now the process is working. Okay, so Vector, we've got best of 1, vetoes all around, so the boys will veto out the matches, and then after that, they play each team once. There is ties. So, for and against, the big thing in the Battle for Sydney.
Yeah, well, it's always going to play a key role for who goes through there, because definitely in your little group there, you want to get those wins straight away. A tie is not something you want for just that 1 point. You want to get that win straight away.
Yeah, I remember last month as well when we did round number 2, the boys actually, there were a couple of ties, I remember, in one of the group stages, and for and against does come into play at that point, because if you've got those tied points, that's how all these boys are going to, how all the boys will progress through the rounds. So, some things to be thought about, little things that all the players will surely have in the back of their mind. We are going to go into round number 2 shortly, guys. We will be bringing you a match between what is it? It is Back to Bots and Leak Crew. I'm fairly certain it is. They will be playing on Mirage. So let's do that. So guys, we're just playing around with levels. So if we're a bit too loud, a bit too soft, we'll make sure we'll sort it out. We've got all the setup, so that's what happens. Anyway, so the boys from Houseway are our reigning champions. They actually took out round number 2 last month. They are back again, once again, and they've started off really well with a good win, Vector. They actually won very convincingly 16-6 over Back to Bots. Actually got some very high quality players in today's tournament. What are you looking forward to most out of this day? I mean, it's the 3rd time these teams are coming back for more action. What do you reckon we'll see?
Yeah, well, as you said, Leak Crew did win last time, so it's definitely for them, it's their championship to lose again. Yep. So I'm really looking for them to pull out a strong performance. We saw that in the first game, so I'm really looking for them to bring it back again for Battle of Sydney, the second one that I've been here. So it's great to see them last time, and I hope to see them just as good as it was last time. Yep,
that's very true. So I think we... as far as I can tell, there's quite a few teams that, especially in the Sydney area, what we're finding in the Australian teams being so open. We're getting a lot of teams which are throw-together teams, especially in the Sydney area. A lot of the boys in the pro teams especially, they're all very segregated. For an example, we actually have one of the Direwolves players, Dan. He's playing in the competition today under Houseway. His teammates are in New Zealand. That just shows you how far away they are, and when they come over for ACL, when they came over, then that's something that needs to be taken into consideration. So, guys, we are obviously... there is actually a lot of good action to be seen here. There are actually a couple of sides that we get, especially later in the day with Ascension. They'll be returning, and a couple of the other sides We actually get quite a few of the boys. I know we've got a couple of the Molotov guys that are here, so they're all high-quality players. So we certainly have a lot of stuff coming forward to you. So I will say though, we'll diverge for a second whilst we wait for the boys to get ready. So the boys are joining server, guys. We'll be joining them very shortly. When they get in, we'll go live into the server. But we're gonna diverge from back to Battlefield Sydney for the moment. We're gonna talk about ESL because ESL 1, the Asian qualifiers are on at the moment. Of course, if you don't know, Team Immunity and Team Renegades, both Australians, actually favourites to take out the events in separate groups. Did you follow much of the action from yesterday?
Just a little bit there. So I'm a bit short on the results there, so you might want to try and fill in myself as well as everybody who's watching on the results of yesterday's qualifiers.
So if you don't know what happened is both Renegades and Immunity both went through the group stages 2-0. They both were undefeated, and they were playing. They played 2 sides each, and they both went through. So they're both in the semi-finals. They will be played later this evening. They are, of course, over in Kuala Lumpur playing for a chance to play at ESL Cologne. So that's very, very big. Sniper and the boys from Immunity, Sponge and the boys from Renegades. Big showing. They arguably were the favourites to actually kind of go deep into this tournament. The Oceanic region is actually considered better than the Chinese region. There's only one side, really, that they've been tipped to give them a bit of trouble, and that is Team Kiyu, which is a Chinese side. They actually beat LDLC White at a major a couple of months ago, so they're really the only one. Immunity actually brought them up, I think it was 16-6, so that's a very good showing for those boys. So, of course, the amount of Oceanic stuff that we got going, I mean, we have ACL Sydney, the ACL Melbourne qualifiers, we have them over the next 2 weekends. So we've got ACL Melbourne coming up in about two months or thereabouts. The amount of Counter-Strike action we're actually finding is ridiculous. When you say, I mean, you actually at ACL Sydney, you were at that event. What are you finding of the Counter-Strike action we're seeing at the moment?
Well, I was actually started in ACL before branching off into Counter-Strike, so I've seen sort of the growth behind the scenes, and I was very excited when I heard at the start of the year about Counter-Strike coming to ACL. ACL is such a big part of Australian esports, especially in Call of Duty, League of Legends, lots of other sports. So for Counter-Strike to join it really shows how big of a dominance the game is in the esports region, especially in the Oceanic region.
It's actually very interesting to actually, if you have a look at the esports region, the games, realistically, you could say that StarCraft 2 is kind of the daddy of the modern esports era, I guess you could call it. That was the first game that really took the idea of esports tournaments and paid and really brought the world to a head. And then you could say League of Legends then took, and Dota arguably as well, but I would say League of Legends kind of took the mantle first. Dota now came as well. But now we're actually seeing Counter-Strike. Call of Duty is still a little bit behind, mainly because it hasn't broken out of the console market. And I think that's one of its just hindering factors at the moment. It is very big, don't get me wrong. It's just it just doesn't seem to have that traction as I think the other ones do. Counter-Strike, on the other hand, now that it seems to have, I use the word amalgamated, probably not the right word, but the CSS and the 1.6 community. So they actually have a common game. There was that very big divide. There have been a lot of players that, they have their issues with the game. But, that's what happens in competitive games. If you like one, it's very hard to swap over. I think the Evo boys, which are actually going on at the moment with the Street Fighter 5s and the reluctance to move Smash Brothers and stuff is kind of maybe telling of that. But, guys, the actual match that we're going to be watching is about to go live. So we're going to get into that server and we'll bring you this match as we go. So as we go into server, we're going to bring you the 2 team lists here. We're going to be watching Elite Crew and Back to Bots. So Back to Bots have now lost their first match. We're going to go through the team list for you very quickly. We've got Flab, Farshow, Pex, what's that? Arbitrate and Echo. And for Back to Bots, of course, Fidzy, Vorb, Hermit, Proximity, and Valids. They will be 5 teams, so they will be looking to get their tournament underway. We'll get Cam to give us the results so we can actually have a look and see what the other teams were. So we'll bring them to you very quickly. We'll let you know very, very shortly. All right, so let's. So the match is paused. The boys are going to get sorted out. We do apologise, okay, if there's any issues, boys, but we will sort it out. Vector, I'm going to ask for your prediction right now. Give me a prediction, and we'll see how we go. I know the casters, we're always bad at this, but I think one of us has to get somewhere near.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to see Elite Crew. I really feel that after their strong wing in the first game, I think they can probably take this one out.
Yep, so Elite Crew, what's your scoreline? Give me a scoreline.
Oh, I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be as much of a scoreline as we saw in the first game, so I think maybe 16-11.
16-11 for Elite Crew for Vector. I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to say back to bots are going to come back, and I'll go 16-11 the other way. So let's just go that, I believe. Whether or not they show me, whether or not they prove me right, I guess that's something that we'll have to find out. Anyway, so this is, of course, round number 2. We are, of course, on this map. It is Mirage. What do you like about Mirage, Vector? You've said that this is probably one of the maps that you know the best. What is it about Mirage that you like the best?
Well, for Mirage myself, I love to see the short sight lines. I love to see the close combat that you see in Mirage. With Dust 2, you have a lot of long sight lines, especially of A long down on pit, so it's always an AWPer's paradise. But especially in Mirage, you see a lot more rifles and SMGs come out, which is something that I love to see because the tactics are about rushing. Rushing onto the site, and the smoke play, especially on A, is key. You get those 4 smokes coming out, you can pretty much take the site without getting a kill. And I love to see, because it's really a strategy game, or strategy map, for the attacking team, and then for the CTs it's all about retake.
So I like to equate this map, it's kind of like a smaller Dust 2. Dust 2 is very open, very long, but Mirage is kind of up in your face. It's very up close and personal. There's, if you see here, guys, so basically there is the 5 entry points. You've got your apartments, your short, you do have your connecting area here to A. You have your A ramp, essentially, and your A palace, right? So these are your 5 kind of entry points. Now, the way that this map works is that as you can get, if you can smoke off specific areas, you open up the other side of the map. Now, what they have to be very careful about, though, Vector, I think that we both know, is the amount of time it takes to rotate from one side to the other is probably about 10 seconds. It's very short in Counter-Strike times. To get from A to B in less than 10 seconds means that if you take a site, you really have to push hard, and if you don't get that bomb down, you really are looking down the face of a really a very aggressive retake. And that's something that the boys will obviously have to be very aware of.
Yeah, it's something also that I want to say that pistol play is also something key. So for the economy rounds, especially on this map, P250s and Deagles do come into play because of how close quarters, as you said. The rotations come in 10 seconds. So even with a pistol, you're not out with a chance then. So it's anyone's game, especially on those rounds. If you lose pistol round, you can still win that next round because it's such close quarters that you can get those quick fights, even if they have rifles. Yeah,
that's very true. So things to, obviously, we say to look out for, depending on how these teams play, you normally either see teams, they like to have what we call mid-control. So mid-control is essentially this area here, if you don't know, is obviously the mid section, right? Basically, it does have, gives you 3 different entry points, unpass, short, and connector. You can also boost in through window here, but that sometimes is a bit risky because you do open yourself up to the window plate. Now, as the map restarts, ladies and gentlemen, what we say about mid-control, Vector, and I'm sure you've realized this, is the team that controls mid opens up the... So basically, if defense controls mid, they don't allow the terrorist side to push in an open area. It's arguably the most open area on the map, which gives you more chances to not be shot. Whereas if you get forced... we're moving to Cache, it actually looks like, rather than Mirage. See what happens. But with Mirage, if they actually get forced into those choke points, Palace, apartments specifically, then it can be like you're open to Molotovs, you're open to the spray downs, things that really have to be watched over.
Yeah, it's something that, as you just said, mid-control is key for either team because on the attacking side, as we talked about CT just then, on the attacking side, if you can control mid, you can open up exactly which bomb site you want to go to because you've got the connector side and you've also got short for both of Mirage. So it opens up all possibilities there. If you take out the sniper in mid, which is normally where the battle happens with the AWPer, if you can take him out, then you have complete mid control because nobody will push the AWP again. From jungle, so then you can either take either site straight away. So you can push a full-scale attack through, and it will work in your favor. Yeah,
I do find that I do find sides that control mid tend to favor A bit more than B, probably because the A site is more open. The little bit of the courtyard that we find, underneath the B site is good, but it's hard to get to. So you open yourself up to the picks, which you don't want to do, obviously. but you want to be able to get to the sites first. And A seems to be a bit more open. You can play Tetris, you can play on top of stairs, you can even play jungle side, and it's very, very open. For CTs, it's very... We do, like you said, it is close, it's up close and personal, and because of that, the boys, they need to be very careful. That it's really a map where the AKs and the M4s shine, because they are your mid. They're not really like they can do long range, but they are your primary mid range type of weapons. Like they are where the M4 and the AKs shine, and that even on Cache, as we are having a look at this one at the moment, Cache is a map which is exactly the same as Mirage. So these are maps that'll be very interesting. The guys that get the control of their mid and their rifles are probably going to be ones that take control of this map.
Yeah, as we can see, Fizz is just waiting in here, but he shows off exactly why mid control is key here. Looking into the mid warehouse here, we can just see it's a complete crash site here.
Yep.
Whoever can control that point, because you've got highway to go up to A site, you've also got the vents to go to B site, which can be key if somebody's hiding just in checkers there. So then you open it up completely. You know that somebody will maybe sitting truck if they have an AWP. If they've been able to save it, they'll be sitting truck. So you're just going to have to see where you want to push, and you got to push quickly. Yeah.
So it looks like the boys will be playing Cache rather than Mirage. But actually, a lot of the points that we've talked about on Mirage actually come into play with Cache. Now, Cache is very similar in the sense that there are your 5 attacking options, right? So for the terrorists, we obviously have Squeaky down here. We have Long. So we're Long to Squeaky, the warehouse area. We have the mid control with Boost Box. We also have the rotate here into B. We have checkers. This is the checkers area. You'll see obviously why when you have a look at the floor. And then you also have through the B into the B short area there. So this is a very big map. This is a map that relies heavily on nade control. This one is there are very good nades that you can get from here, actually through the window into the B area. The heaven area, the defensive over here is very important to block off. Even your smoke to block off this particular crossfire section here to the B bomb site is very important. Now, the game will be going live in about 1 minute, so we'll get going here. But this is something as well. Now, I will say, Vector, now that we're changing maps, are you going to keep the same scoreline, or are we going to change it up a little bit more?
You know, I do want to change my scoreline just a little bit with Elite Crew, because I still think they will take this one out.
Right.
But I think it may be a little bit closer. I'm going 16-13
16-13 on Cache. I think that's a good, but I'm going to keep, you know what, I've got faith in my back to bots. I'm going to say 16-11 and go. I'm going to keep going on that. But this is a map, and this is probably something you've noticed as well on Cache, and probably I think that relies heavily on momentum. This is a map where if you pick up 1 to 2 rounds, or even 3 rounds in a row, it's very hard for the opposing team to get into the game if they don't manage their economy properly. Economy management on Cache is very, very important, because it actually requires you to... if you don't manage it, you can actually be on pistols, and it's not uncommon for teams that are being kind of pushed back to go pistols 2, maybe 3 times in a half, and that can be devastating in the long run for your rounds.
Yeah, it's just something that you don't want to have. As you said, that economy management is key. Now, we've looked at the B side a lot, so I just want to quickly look at the A side while we're waiting for the start here.
Yeah.
So we've got the key points here. We've got Squeaky coming through here. We've also got the A main coming through here. So for the CT sides, as you said, nade control is key. As the Ts, there are so many nades that can come out for this A side. So normally when you have somebody sitting Squeaky, you might see them waiting here to watch Squeaky, and you might have somebody waiting truck. There is a great nade that can go right here to block off here and block off quad. Yep. You can also throw one out to block here, and you have complete control of the site to get out there. Yep. Because then these CTs either have to rush through the smoke, or they have to wait for the smokes to clear. But by then, you have the site cleared. So pushing onto that site quickly is what you need to do with all those nades.
What you'll find as well, and to add on to that A-bomb site, what you said, basically if any Ts, if they own this area here, it is not uncommon to see them come up through connector, and they will then come up here. So they're basically, the idea of it is, how many sides can you enter a bomb site from? That's kind of what they need to ask themselves. Can you get 3? Well, then you go that site. Now here, if they can only go Squeaky and Long, you have to rely on either the flashbang to allow your entry, or a pick to open up an angle. Because if you enter through Squeaky and someone's just sitting behind forklift, just waiting for you, if you haven't naded correctly, you're dead. It's essentially, at the higher levels of CS, you're dead. That's as simple as that. You cannot enter a bomb site unless you have the proper nade control, and that's what we're talking about there. And something that we will actually see a lot of these players do. They are warming up, guys. That's why we do have the map overview at the moment, just so we can have some talking points about it. So they are sorting out. There is one computer that's having a little bit of issues, so they're just sorting that out at the moment. So of course this is the round number 2 of the pools of Group A. So there are 2 groups of 4. Each team plays each other once. The top 2 advance to the semi-finals. They play best of 3s, and then the grand finals also a best of 3. So there's potential. Like I think last time we were here, Vector, we were here, at least the competition finished at about 11 o'clock at night. That was close to 12 hours of Counter-Strike action. So as we get later into the day, something that we don't talk about as often is this whole idea of the mental stress the boys go through. Obviously, there's not physical stress. There is the possibility of some sore wrists and sore, maybe sore backs and stuff. But realistically, this is a game that as they go further into the day, playing 3 games back to back to back, and even then backing up, like I think the top 2 teams played 5 games back to back. They both won 2-0 their semis and then went 3 games into the finals, and that final game went 16-13. That is very, very taxing on the guys. Proximity is now into the server. We've got all 5 in. They should be going live very, very shortly, guys. And when they do, we'll bring you that match. But Vector, I'm very excited to actually see this one, to get this one underway. Of course, guys, if you're in Twitch chat, please share out the link of twitch.tv/defragtv. Get as many of them in here. They're going to go knifing live here for Cache, not Mirage. But they're going to mid, and let's bring it up. So this is a very interesting thing, because what we like to say, Vector, is for a lot of sides which aren't practiced 5-man sides, which is where we get the lands, defending seems to be easier because you won't have your specified nade strats. You won't necessarily have a lot of things. So a lot of teams prefer CT side. So perhaps that is actually a very important thing to note when actually coming into this LAN event.
Yeah, well, also, just as we get into this knife round, I do want to say that the winner of this knife round faces the difficult choice, because then they have to think of what do they want to do. Do they want to set a round base, which is what you say about on the CT side of the defense? Yep. Do they want to set a total with the rounds they win and hope to try and defend that? Yep. Or do they want to see what they have to chase down? Because if they maybe make it 8-7 straight away, they go, okay, we need to win 8 rounds on Terra's side. Yep. But do you want to set it the other way, that you want to go, oh, maybe we're 10 rounds behind. That's okay. We can get that back. Yeah, that's very true. As we say that we're going to jump in here. So it's down to this. It looks like the CTs are going to be setting the total, and now it's down to the Ts if they want to chase back in the second half. Yeah, that's very, very true. So the boys are about to get live, and the boys are about to go live, and hopefully we just fixed up a little bit of the stream issue. So, of course, Leak Crew, they will be on the terrorist side, and back to bots, they are going to be our opening CT. So, team list again once for you. Back to bots, we got Proximity, Fidzy, Valads, Hermit, and Vorb, yep. And for Leak Crew, we've got Flab, Fasho, whatever. It will be one of those 2. Pex, Arbitrate, and Bad Player. I can't remember what his name was, but he did change it before. But I'm going to call him Bad Player because he's typed his name as Bad Player. So that's what we're going to call him. So I hope he can deal with that. But anyway, round number 1 here of the possible 30 rounds coming for you at Cache. We are currently following Mr. Proximity, the last one to join in, and he's going to be taking mid duties right now. He's going to spot up the push out through Warehouse, but Farshow and Bad Player are both going to find the opening picks. But who is that? Wow, Arbitrate. He's going to find one as well, and they're going to be pushing in. There's a bomb site. There's the double by Arbitrate up into heaven, and he's going to drop him down first round to the boys from Leak Crew. Yeah, Leak Crew did not lose a kill at all. They looked strong, took mid control straight away. Yep. And then were able to push onto that B site to take control. Didn't have to even get the bomb down because nothing required there. Yep, so they're going to go, look at this. They're going early AK and, wow, Galil buys there. We have a Tech 9, 2 AKs and 2 Galils, and as well as Molotovs. A full nade build as well from Bad Player, from Flab. So the boys from Leak Crew, they're looking to push their advantage here, and they're going to be wanting to get a roll on as fast as they can. If they win this round convincingly, Vector, what we'll find is that the CTs, they are going to actually they will have to eco for a 3rd round. There's no other choice about this. They have decided to go for the armor and helmet,
So they've decided, rather than maybe pushing for a third, we'll buy that for the next 2 rounds and maybe give themselves a chance. But they are starting behind. But that's a great start. Vorb will grab one from behind Forklift. That was Valid. He tried to go Farshow, but the AK proved too strong in the end. 50 seconds remaining as they start playing a bad player, and Arbitrate will grab 1 kill apiece, and it makes it a 2 versus 4. And they are trying to get a bit more bad player with the double. There's the bomb plant, so they're going to get the money. And, whoa, Pex into Squeaky. Finds the last one. That's Fidzy. He will drop down. That bomb was ticking away, so they will have all the money to play with. And good work there by the boys from League Crew. 2-0 here in round number 2 of Group A.
Yeah, well, the CTs did not have any defense on that A site there. So that A site was completely vulnerable. They sent 3 mid with those pistols, expecting a mid push, but did not come whatsoever. They were able to get the bomb down straight away, get all the money, as you said, and this has turned out great for League Crew, having money to spare.
So they actually played very aggressively with their nades, and it came off better. There's the 1-for-1 trade here in the mid-section. Bad player, Pex with 1, looking for the double with the Galil spray. Will end up finding it. Arbitrate will launch the nade in behind, but they played very aggressively. That bomb has gone all the way to the A bomb site, and now look at this. Valid's he is the last man remaining. He has got to go running away. He is holding onto that P2000, but he is stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, Vector. Only 1 player down for the opposite side. He's got 2 AKs, a Mac Daddy, Mac 10, of course, and the Galil from Pex. So he's just going to sit this one out, maybe look for an exit frag, and hope for the best.
Yeah, well, as you said, between a rock and a hard place, the bomb went down very quickly, and he was stuck on the B site, not able to get on the site here. We can see, thanks to X-Ray, we can see somebody trying to look for him in CT. May spot him as they come together. He has spotted, but time has run out in the back. And we can see money is still with League Crew, with over 7,000 with Pex, and most people having over 6,000. First buy round coming up for the CT, so this is the key round here. If they want to win, they need to win this one. Yeah,
they have invested a lot of money here as well. Look at that. They are on very low money coming at the end of this round. 50. Everyone is less than $800, so this is a very big round. They've gone full buy. They've gone full. They haven't even had enough money for full nades, actually, but they've decided to put as much money in to try and stop, and that's a great start. Fidzy will grab the opening frag. That's Arbitrate. I don't know if it's actually Fid, but look, this is what happens when you put your names. I call it as I sees it, and look, a lot of time that happens. Anyway, Valids, he's actually going to be sitting at the back, not on quad, but that's a good Molotov from Farshow. He actually tries to Molotov out of that area, but they're going to be working this A bomb site once again. Vorb will grab another shot. Valids, he's looking for the shot, can't get it because Pex is 2G with that AK. There goes the other Molotov up to the back of truck to make sure that the rotate from Orb and Hermit will be down as much as they possibly can. Great AK spray. Vorb is the last man remaining. He cannot do anything because he will get taken down. Farshow with actually 3 down that round. And wow, the boys from League Crew are certainly making me look newbie with my score prediction at the moment. 4 rounds to nothing, Vector. They've got a lot of work to do back to bots. Basically, for them, if they do lose this round, it is kind of their day is over. They can't really make it out of groups unless a miracle happens. But look, the pressure is on for them to perform here.
Yeah, we see bad player just pick up 1 and Arbitrary just pick up another on a proximity. Mid control has not come out at all, but we can see 1 just waiting behind sandbags very patiently, and he has been spotted. That was Hermit waiting for the player, waited a bit too long there, and Valor's going to get 1 with the Deagle.
The 1 Deag.
But he's going to be backed off. He does have an AK, and he's going to spot a player. Does get another before being taken down. So now it's just down to Vorb, who is coming through A main. But the bomb is going to go down. Money is going to be in the hands of League Crew again. But this could be 5-0 if Vorb cannot do anything.
Yep, so the boys from League Crew, certainly they are just, I guess you could say, Victor, they're just in control of this map at the moment. What we talked about earlier, their nades are very, very well done. They're very calculated, I guess is probably one of the things. League Crew, of course, actually this is primarily, other than 1 player, this is most of their team that they actually play on the online comp. So they will actually have quite a lot. Now look at that economy situation. There is quite a lot. Farshow is on a lot of money, $11,150, and he has got so much money. He's just swimming in coins, much like Scrooge McDuck diving in head first, and he will be very loving loving life at the moment. But they once again are going to be working this A side. Oh, Peck's through, Squeaky! Holy crap! Did you see that spray? Drops him down. Will actually get dropped down by the nade from Fidzy. He will actually come through, grab one. And once again, Elite Crew in control at the moment. It is a 3-for-1 exchange, and they are 4 versus 2. And this just makes it so much easier for the boys to get on the site. And what we said, Vector, the economy control from them means that the more that they're not being taken down, the less they have to rebuy. And Arbitrate with the big AK double. We'll find, and this is what we're talking about. 4 of them didn't survive, and look at that. How many of them are over 10k at the moment? They've got 5 digits to their name, and that means they don't have to, they can always fully rebuy, and we have the pistol eco coming now from the boys. We're just going to turn your game sounds up just a smidgen for you guys, just to, so, you know, you guys can have, you know, don't listen to our mugs all day, so that'll just help you out. But as we turn the game sounds up just a smidge, look at that. Eco round now. The boys from Elite Crew realistically are going to make them pay. Well,
bad play. Just getting the one tap with the AK there. Going to drop through vents. Flab going to get one. Vorb is going to take the first out for the counter-terrorist. But that is all that they are getting at the moment. As Fidzy does take one out in mid. But A control is... Oh, it's...
Oh! It's double. Wow, this is what we're talking about. This could be their first round, and this would be a great round to pick up, Vector. The eco round, there's only one remaining. It is bad player. There he is, and he's got the AK, and he's now going to go to pick up that bomb. But this is a great round from the boys from Back to Bots.
Yeah, well, he's still got 53 seconds to go. He has a lot of time to play with. Both of the players are on A side. I don't think he has noticed that both are on the A side and rotators. So the B side is clear if you want to try and take that. But it looks like he's going to try and take this A push where he is going to face a 2 versus 1 in the next 20 seconds.
Yeah, he is. So he's just going to be pushing in. The boys have guessed correctly. They had to be careful about not to rotate, because if they rotate too early, they will actually not. They spot up one bad. He needs the double. He doesn't know the other one's in quad box. Oh, he's going to go for the... He's going to come out Squeaky. He will get him down. The bomb and the defuse. But there's the first round of Back to Bots. Well done for them. He will actually get the defuse. So they will get a little bit of extra money. But the terrorists will also get the $350 each just for that bomb plant. So well done. But that is the first round under the belts of Back to Bots. They've got a lot of work to do, Vector, if they want to get back into this one. But they do now have money to go consecutive buys here. Valid's actually, having survived, will actually be able to have quite a bit of money. But the economy from Elite Crew can probably survive another round if they don't win. So this a round very, very crucial for the boys from Back to Bots. If they get this round here, then you would think it would put them on the back foot.
Yeah, as we see good play, just take out one before being taken out Fidzy. As you said, mid control is key here, and it looks like that the push is coming in from Back to Bots. Just waiting for it. Arbitrary does take out proximity, now making it 3 versus 3, and looks like Bomb is heading towards the B site. So now it's down to Hermit, who is sitting on the B site by himself. He is going to have to call out to his teammates for a quick rotation here. And I don't think the rotation is coming in fast enough, because nades are going to come out, and they're going to try and take this B site very quickly.
Arbitrate, though, will find one on the crossover. Farshow will also find the other. That's a great work for the Elite Crew. And there's only one remaining. That bomb's going to be planted. And is once again, this man, Valid, he's got the AK. And the free haircuts, 24/7. Nice little nickname of his AK there. But he has got a lot of work to do. He's got three T's to beat. However, there are 2 of them on pretty low HP. So one shot is all he needs on a couple, but it looks like he's going to save the weapon. He's not going to try for this one, as that bomb is going to be ticking away. Or Arbitrate's going to walk around the corner, and that is the orb. Oh, no, it's not the orb. Oh, I thought it was one of them, but he's going to pick it up. Yeah, it was. He's going to pick up the orb for his trouble, and he's going to make sure Flab is going to come actually searching for it. Boom! I don't think they should have come. He could get the other. No, he will not, but he did get 2 of them down. So at least that is good for the economy for them. It keeps them in check. Every kill that you get means that they have to rebuy. They probably shouldn't have gone searching for those frags, probably, but, you know, that's what happens. 8 rounds in, guys. We're past the halfway point. Let's have a quick look at the scores. For Back to Bots, Valid is actually leading the way with 7 kills, 0 assists. And Arbitrate and a Bad Player are on 12 and 0 assists and 10 and 0 assists, respectively. We'll go through the actual team. We'll go through fully at halftime, Victor. I think we'll have a look at their full scores. But that is kind of showing you the way, is that there is quite a lot of frags going on at the moment. And a lot of early frags, I have to say, once again, as the boys from Back to Bots once again go on kind of a partial bye here. And, you know, they're on the back foot. There's no other way to say it. Elite Crew really look in charge of this one, and that it's causing them havoc.
Yeah, it looks like they rushed through vents there. All the nades came out and stacked the mid control. We've said this so many times. We're going to keep saying it all the way through the game here. Mid control is key, and that's what Elite Crew just did then. They made sure to kill the player in mid, push the other player up highway, which gave them complete mid control. They smoked out everything and then went through vents. There was nothing they could do. The rotations had come in behind, and by then it was already too late.
The other thing about mid control is not just it's actually vision control. If you lose the player in mid, you don't actually know where they're pushing. This is one of the problems that we're actually finding at the moment, is that when the boys from Back to Bots are actually losing that mid player, they actually don't know where these boys are pushing, and they're forced to play the retake game. Now, some teams have very good retake games. Other teams struggle a little bit at it. Once again, though, they've come up straight through B. They're going to push in. They get the pick. That was Farshow finding Flab. They have gone 1-for-1 trade. Oh, good player. He's now renamed. He's actually doing pretty well for himself. So he is actually on, is that 20? He's on 21, I think. No, he's not 21. Surely not. He's on 13. That's points that I'm looking at. That's why I'm getting confused here. But this is what I'm talking about, is that the boys from Back to Bots on the retakes, they just don't have the control that they need to be able to get into these sites. So once Leak can take control of a bomb site, we're finding that Back to Bots are just having trouble getting there. Bad player will actually find last one. And so we actually have bad player and good player. It's funny how they change their names, but, you know, you're going to have to actually deal with us guys, how we have to call them. But 9 rounds to 1, 5 rounds remaining. Vector, this one is looking like it could possibly be a 16-1 at this kind of rate. Back to Bots have got a lot of work to do if they want to get back into this. They realistically need, at minimum, 4 rounds in this half to kind of have a hope of making it through the pistol rounds in the next half.
Yeah, I was expecting a bit more of a fight from Back to Bots at the moment. They just have not been able to get the trades coming in. As I say, that Valors does take out Squeaky straight away, takes out good player, and they do now have the man advantage, but only pistols for him. Valors does pick up the AK, though. As I say, that bad player, Flab, just take out proximity. Bad player does take out Fidzy. Waiting on, now they have the A site. Bomb is going to go down. It's down to the retake for Back to Bots, otherwise it's going to be 10-1.
Yep, and look, it's a 3v4, and there's a lot of binkage. Hermit with 1. That's a very good Molotov from defensive, but Arbitrate and Farshow make the exchange 2-for-1, and once again, we are down to Valads. He's the last CT remaining, and he's on very low HP. He's got the armor, but realistically, 1 AK shot will take him down. And that bomb is ticking away, so he is working against the clock. He's not going to push in. Spots one next to Forklift, but that is his position now. Fully gone and given, and those T's are coming to search. He gets 1 before finally being taken down. But that is 10 rounds to 1. That bomb is not going to explode. Yes, and look at that, 10 rounds to 1. So, look at that. We do have quite a lot of double-digit players. Bad player, 15 and 0 assists. I don't like to say the deaths, Vector. I like to say the assists. I find it
sounds
good.
Nicer.
It sounds nicer. You know, when you say 15 and 0, people go, ooh, that's good. But if you say, oh, he's 15 and 5, actually, that's not as good. But, you know, just something little. But 15-0 for bad play. Arbitrate, 15 and 1, 10 and 2 for good play. Arbitrate, though, gets the long angle. Sorry, the B angle, I should say, and will spot up Hermit. That will open up the B bomb site. There's only one player. It is Vorb. He was sitting on top of Checkers. He will then strafe out, but he has to be very careful. Good flashbang. Well, actually doesn't know that Flab is currently seeing in vents, but he's just putting in some defensive nades, though. They're playing very aggressively out at mid proximity. Grabs 1. Flab grabs the double return frag onto Fidzy as well. That is very good AK control from that man. 2v2. That bomb is sitting in mid. Oh, we do have Valads coming up from behind. Can he make it count? Grabs the first. He's only got 1 more remaining. It is Flab, and we're going to follow him. You see how he goes. Will he be able to get the kill here? He's going to be strafing around. Oh, they just miss each other. Flab, the last man remaining. We're going to follow him because he is the lone terrorist. 40 seconds remaining, Vector, and he's going to be pushing this B site up. But the CT's both waiting there for him. Oh, they have to be very careful not to over-rotate this because they're running away, Vector. Oh, no.
They're running towards the A side. I think they didn't expect him to come back to the
No.
B side. He's sitting in checkers at the moment by himself. He's got the side. Now they're coming back here. They're going through mid, through Z. They think he's in mid. They have no idea. 16 seconds. The bomb's going to go down quickly. They're going to know very quickly where he is. He's got to get it down soon. Otherwise, they're going to rotate quickly.
Yeah, he's got enough time here. He was just double checking, making sure Heaven wasn't there, making sure. But there goes the bomb. Here comes the rotate. They realize they done goofed, and there goes the flash. One's going to come through Heaven. One's going to come through down the bottom. They spot him up. They know he's on site, so they've got to push this together, and they will get it. Valids will be very well done from up in Heaven. Grabs it. There's the defuse. Second round to back to bots. There it is. Vorb grabbing the MVP for the defuse as well. 10 rounds to 2. So what we're talking about, the pistol rounds, Vector, obviously is that the first 3 rounds are very, very important in terms of a half, because it kind of gets your economy flowing and gets your momentum going. So the boys from back to the bot, if they don't get at least 3 rounds, they practically can be looking down at GG before they even hit rifles in the second half. So that's why we talk about that economy control. They look like they've got a little bit of a spark going, but there's still a long way to go as the T's now pushing hard on this A site.
Yeah, we can see they're trying to go through this smoke on A. We have Fitzy waiting there. I think he's seen the flash come out of Squeaky. Going to flash it himself as they push onto the site. He is going to be taken down straight away by that AK from Fasho. Flab going to take out with the one tap onto Valid sitting at truck. Proximity going to get one, but Dink down to 8 HP. He needs to be careful as he could be taken down by this nade. 3 HP. Molotov's coming out. He's down to 1 HP. He's surviving a lot longer. Hermit going to take out onto A main with the P90. Going to crash behind the box. One player around him, and that is Arbitrary. Going to be pre-firing around.
Oh, the P90 spammage is real, but here they come, and there's one player. It's a 1v1. That bomb is ticking away. Vorb has got a lot of work to do here. Can he get the pick? Yes, he can. That bomb, and there's the defuse. Well done, Vorb. Well done in the 1v1 play. Takes down bad player, and he will actually get the defuse. 3 rounds to 10. So we're all done to the boys from back to bots. They get their 3rd round. So like I said, 10 rounds to 5 is workable. Now the question is, I don't know how good their offensive half is. That's really where we need to. That's where this is going to be interesting in the second half. But they've got a couple of rounds under their belt. They can kind of start to realize that yes, we can hold a bomb site. They need that little bit of confidence there. But the T's, once again, they realize they've had a lot more work, a lot more luck, I should say, over on this B bomb site. So there they go, pushing.
Yeah, we can see Proximity does spot out another player. He does get taken down from vents, but he has gotten a lot of information for his team. Good player going to take out Fidzy, sitting on mid box. Hermit going to take out Arbitrary and take out a second before being taken out by Fasho. Now it's a 2v1. Valid's waiting by himself, does take out Fasho. Now 1v1 with Flab, who is pushing through B main. And now he knows where the bomb is, and he's just going to wait it out. So he's going to wait for this bomb plant to come through. Going to check it every now and then, but 53 seconds, lots of time to play with. Flab's great nade takes down 30 HP, and now pushing through checkers. He's got to be careful because he probably could be hurt from here.
He's making a lot of noise, but unfortunately he knows he spotted up one. Flab versus Valids. Who's going to peek? Valids shouldn't be peeking here. He knows where the bomb is at. He shouldn't be peeking, and Flab will make him pay. There's the kill. There's the bomb plant. 1 round remaining. 14 rounds done. 11 rounds to 3. I think that was kind of a bit premature from Valids. A little bit, not premature, a little bit naive is the word I'm going for there. He shouldn't have peeked him. He knew where he was. He should have just. He knew the HE need was gone. He should have sat back, waited for the plant, and then gone. And once again, we see this pistol round from the boys from back to bots, and this round looks like it could be over very quickly. They're playing very aggressively. They need to try and get a pick. They're not going to get anything. Once again, Valids is going to be the last man remaining. He's got the 5-7. He's on top of sight. Can he get one? Yes, he can. He needs to look for the double. Oh, big 2, but G half. Good halves all around from the boys from back to bots. It is going to be 3 rounds to 12 as they are going to swap sides, so we're going to try and do it all again. So, given the first half that we saw, Vector, what do we reckon that we're going to see here, or what do we need to see back to bots do to get back into this match? It's not impossible, but man, is it going to be hard.
Well, we can look from both sides here. Back to bots. If they win the pistol round here, they should have a bit of economic control right up until about round 19, which will give them a great few rounds to come back to. Maybe 12-5, 12-6 before they see a little bit of resistance here. But if Elite Crew comes through, back to bots really need to push up with a few pistols, maybe even a few small SMG buys, anything they can, because they need to get economic control back, because right now they have had none of it through the match.
Yeah, that's very true. So, like you said, the first couple of rounds, very, very important. Now, depending on how this round goes, we could see a rebuy or a force buy from the CTs if they want to end this early. But this is all important. But out they come, trying to work Squeaky, but good and bad player both actually get connecting from quad box and on site. That's 4-5 gone. They got one pick, but they just came out single file. And Elite Crew said, thank you very much. I'll put my crosshair at head height and just start spamming with that left click button. And that's what we said. And now I'm very interested to see what the boys from Back to the Bots do here. They realistically should be force buying. They should be getting something, but they don't have the money. They've got Tech 9s, a couple of, P2000s in their hands, so there's stuff to be done, but they are looking down the face of 3 Famouses, an M4, and a UMP there. So they've got a lot of work. And Vorb going on boost box. He's been dinked down, seriously down to 2 HP. Oh, Fasho basically sucked the nade there. Vorb will finish him off on top of the boost, but there's a good incendiary grenade. The defensive, and Vorb finally gets taken down. Flab from mid will drop him down with that UMP. 1-for-1 trade. That's a good start considering they're on pistols, but they've got a lot of work to do here. Back to bots pretty much looking down the barrel of a GG. If they were to lose this one, they would practically have to win the next 13 rounds in a row to win this one. Remember, there is no overtime in the round here at Battle for Sydney. It is all for and against, and due to our time constraints, we do play ties. So it is all there. It is all to play for. Arbitrate though. That's a good opening. Good trade. 2-for-1 trade there. He will now give his side a little bit of breathing room. Fid is actually on, which is arbitrate. I should say 14. It is Fid. I'm just going to call him Fid because I'm fairly certain arbitrate's his tag. But Fid is on 14 HP, so a lot of work. Flab, though, waiting up in heaven balcony. Will grab once. 1-for-1. Oh, the turn shot from Fidzy. And is now 1-for-1. He has to be very careful because bad play is coming up through heaven. He's on low HP. He doesn't want to give away his position. Or, I don't know, he's been peaked. He's got to be careful. Oh, he picks up the FAMAS. Looking for the shot. Oh, he gets the bink. Bomb ticking away. Bad player has got a lot of work to do. Oh, he binks him through the box. Can he get it up by Fidzy? Keeps back to bots. Hopes and dreams alive, I guess you could say, Vector. But look, that's very well done. They got the rotate. They got the bomb down. Finally, some money to play with.
Well, something I wanted to say there is bad player really didn't rotate fast enough there. The bomb was down in checkers. They knew where the bomb was, and he stayed on the A site for 15 to 20 seconds there. He probably could have cut off the plays and helped out his players. Instead of getting into that 1v1 at the end there, he could have gotten onto the site a lot quicker, which would have won them the round because on pistols, they would have been rushed with that M4.
Oh, look at this A stack. Oh my god, this is a really big A stack. And Valads, he's dropped the bomb. And oh my god, the T's have actually caught them unawares. They've caught them red-faced with their pants down. And all of a sudden, they pick up the opening 2 frags just because they did something back to bots. We're not expecting for once in a million years. Flab with the 5-7 makes it. And look at that, it is a 4-for-1 trade. And the last man remaining is Vorb. This man here, he does have the bomb. He does have a Galil versus an M4, a Galil, and a Mac Daddy. I love me some Mac Daddy action. It's just one of those really, really good SMGs at close range. Anything longer than he's practically gone. Vorb will put Fasho down. He wastes no time about that. Has to work quick here. Good player, puts the flash in. The angle play. It is 14 rounds to 4. Elite Crew are going to get the defuse here. But they do, I will say, Back to Bots do get the money from that round. But however, they only lost 2. So it's they need like we said, they got the opening round, but they needed really these 3 rounds here to kind of get their kind of game going. They haven't done it, and look, it's going to be it's a long time. It's a long way away. But look, I've seen bigger comebacks, but given the way that League Crew are playing, I really think this is their match to lose right now.
Yeah, well, that 4-man stack through A main really threw back to bots off there, and it was just unfortunate for them that the bomb was dropped straight away. And if that bomb hadn't been dropped, I think they may have made it to the B site. But, you know, things happen. As you said, I've seen comebacks all the way through, but the way back to bots are playing, they need a miracle now.
I've seen 15-0 comebacks on Train. I've seen 14-0 and then 16-14 win on Inferno. It does happen. Doesn't happen often. It is rare, but it can happen. Valids and the boys from Back to the Bots trying to get their round underway. They grab the opening frag. Good player. He's spotted on site. He will be dropped down by proximity, and this is a better round. They get all the opening picks, and that's exactly how they do. But Flab and Fid are not done yet. There's one looking for the last one. Fid will grab the double, and it is now a 2 versus 1. What was a 4 versus 2 is now looking a little bit more manageable for Fid. He has to be very careful, though. Is he going to push this, or is he going to save the M4? He's currently sitting back behind Truck. Does not want to push this particular one. We're going to follow Fid and see what he does here. I think he's looking for these exit frags. He's looking at that angle into the A warehouse. Could spot up one. Yes, he does. Does he get the spam? No, he doesn't. But that is very good work by Back to Bots. 14 rounds to 5. Now, I will say, Back to Bots, even though they may lose this round, though, this game, every round, as we said, is important. Even if they can make the score 14-10 or 16-10 or even 16-9, those 1 rounds could mean the difference between qualifying and not qualifying. So I'm very glad to see that they haven't given up yet.
Yeah, well, we saw that last Battle of Sydney that it came down to just 1 round that pushed one team through.
Yeah,
in the last
that was
group.
very true, yeah.
So it is very key, and we've seen it before that it's always going to be pushed through. As we see, Valors does take out Fasho, and that is now a man advantage. Pistols only for Elite Crew. Good player does take out Valid. So now 3v3, and they need to win something here and not give up.
Yeah, that is very, very true. 14 rounds to 5. 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining in this particular round. Round number 20. So the boys from Back to Bots have not given up. And it is a 3 versus 3. That bomb is working towards the B bomb side. However, the round is ticking. They want to make sure they don't lose. They lose a pick on the entry. Fidzy will pick up Flabs. He has to be very careful about running in front of his friend's crossfire. That is the fastest way to find yourself being TK'd. And God, we all hate that. However, the Elite Crew have a lot of HP and armor to work with here. They don't have the full guns, but it could be good. Oh, the peek from Fid. Grabs Fidzy. It is a 2v2. Make that 2v1. Orb. Very well done from A main. The AK waiting on site. Hermit. They went for the... I thought he was going to go for the ninja there. Didn't end up going for it, but they are not done yet. 14 rounds to 6. They are not going down. They will not go quietly into the night. They will, much like President Pullman from Independence Day, they are going to be giving it their all until the very end. But look at this. First eco round we've seen from Elite Crew. That is a very good sign from Back to the Bots. Probably have left it a little too late, though.
As we see, FYD does take out the first and is going to pick up a MAC-10. Unfortunately, not what he needed. Fidzy's going to take him out. But now 4v4. First frag did come out for Elite Crew. What they needed on this eco. And we can see the bomb is still in mid-warehouse. And it looks like that Elite Crew are going to spot where the bomb is. So they have complete control of where it is. Fidzy is going to be taken out by good player with that 5-7. Now they got to get the bomb. 2 players for Elite Crew are very low HP. 5 and 6. Flab the only one on 100. And now 2v2. Valid's very low as well, waiting around the corner. They do not have bomb control, and now it's a retake in mid-warehouse for the bomb.
Yeah, so the terrorists have actually lost the bomb, and we actually see Hermit. He's over in the A side. He's like, hey, guys, where are you? It's like, oh, crap. We don't have the bomb, and that time is ticking now. That is good, and Flab, they are going to be waiting now. Good player does only have the pistol, and he's on very low HP. But so is Valid, and so is Hermit. This is going to be basically going to be a battle of the picks. Hermit from mid will grab one. Flab, he's rotate out. Oh, he hasn't given away his position. That is smart, very smart. He picks up one. It's a 1v1 battle. That bomb is running away. Oh, Flab could pick up Hermit if he's not around the corner. Oh, he got around there just in time. He will get that bomb down, but it is a fully HP'd Flab versus Hermit on 18. He does have armor. Flab does not. So this is going to be very interesting. Now, here we go. We're going to watch Flab because he's on the rotate, so we're going to watch him. So he's going to B. He thought it was at B. He's guessed wrong, and he's going to now rotate towards this midsection and going to come up through connector. That bomb is ticking away. Is he going to commit to this, or is he going to save and look for the exit frag? You think he's going to save and look for that exit frag, and that is a very good sign for back to box. Hermit now knows where he is. He shouldn't peek him here. Oh, he's going to get the exit frag. Hermit will be very happy with that. He will get the exit frag. There goes the bomb. Boom goes the dynamite. 14 rounds to 7, though. Not as bad as 14 rounds to 1. So, look, they've done very well. If we have a look at the that round, sorry, I say 13 rounds to 2 was the halftime score. But if you have a look at that, realistically, we've only had 4 bomb explosions. We've had 4 defuses. So what that's actually telling you is out of the 8 rounds, out of 8 rounds out of 21, which is about just over a third of the time, the battles are happening over the bomb site. So it's a very, very, like we said with Cache, it's up close, it's personal, it's in your face, the bomb is on that site, and Elite Crew, they look to be struggling a little bit to close this one out, but they do have rifles now, so we'll see how they go.
Yeah, this is the first full buy round again, so this is key for them. If they don't win this one, they could be back on another eco to save for it. Yep. But we have 4 M4s and an AK for Elite Crew, and the AK is in the hand of Fasho. He's down to 23 HP, going to get dinked. Valid also gets a little bit of a dink down to 76, only losing 24 HP.
Yep.
But it looks like the bomb is traveling towards A here. Arbitrary's going to take out Valor's. That's the first frag for them. And now they've got to try and rethink if they want to take this A site or come back to B.
Yeah, the boys from Back to Bots are basically riding the knife edge right now. They have got a lot of work to do if they want to keep themselves in this match. The action's all actually going on over at the A bomb site. Flab now on the rotate, and that bomb has been planted successfully by Back to Bots. They'll be very happy to actually have that bomb down, and now try and get some site control. Vorb trying to get the long distance AK happening, does not get the connect. Bad player will actually get it, and then look at this good player will actually make it. Elite Crews 15 rounds to 7. They will be very happy that they will now be 1 round away from GG. It is match point, and they have got 1 round to go, and I'll be very interested to see what kind of economy they will be able to have. They'll have a partial buy up from the boys from Back to Bots. We'll see what they actually get. We see there they are going to be forced to buy Vector. But wow, we have a Galil, an AK, a CZ75, a P2000, and another Galil. So look, they've gone armor first. They've decided that they want to try and be alive over that M4, but wow, they've got a lot of work to do if they want to stay into this particular match. Good player will actually grab the first kill out at mid. He jumps up and he connects with Fasho to find Hermit. That's the double, 3 kills away from GG. There goes the flash over the boost area. He's looking for the other one. Good player will find one. Finally gets taken down, but there's the GGs. GGs all around, 16 rounds to 7. Elite Crew are going to be taking that, and wow, that is really well played by the boys from Elite Crew. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have it. We actually got through a stream, Vector. That's great for the morning. So at least we'll be able to keep that kind of action going for you. Don't go anywhere. Of course, Elite Crew, well done to them, winning 16 rounds to 7. We'll get the scores for you in the other games very shortly. Of course, big shout out to our sponsors, Pacific ES, Gigabyte, Logitech for providing the MVP prizes. We'll be taking notes, and we'll be awarding an MVP at the end of the rounds. As well as, of course, big thank you to Defrag TV for putting the thing on. Mav, Cam, thank you very much. Of course, Legends Net Cafe, guys. If you're out and about in Sydney, we're right here on George Street, right near the event cinemas, right underneath the event cinemas, I should say. Come and have a look. Come join us. There's pool, there's computers, there's drinks, there's whatever you want. So it's all good. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We'll get you the results as well for when we start again. And we'll be back. Round number 3 here. Battle for Sydney, round number 3. My name is Nebo. Of course, this is Vector. Check us up on Twitter. We'll be posting stuff throughout the day, most likely. So hit us up. See you then. Don't go anywhere. Invite your friends.